Hello everyone, it is me Vegeta T23 and welcome back to my new What If. Today we're talking about what if Gohan never stopped training. Before I start, I'd like to mention that I created a Discord server for you to join. The link is in the description of this video, so if you'd like to join in and talk to me and the rest of my fans, it's there. I'd also like to mention that I created an Instagram so you can survey my very uninteresting life. I post either Minecraft or Osu stuff. Now back to the video. In the last part we discussed the events going on after the Tournament of Destroyers. Basically filler, in which Gohan's manager got triggered and so Gohan went ballistic and accidentally powered up in front of him. In future Trunks' timeline, the events go similarly and Trunks arrives in the past timeline. He gets healed up and he explains the situation a little before attacking Gohan because he thought he was the villain from his timeline. Once the real foe came to the rift, we saw it is Gohan Black, and so Goku fought him. Black handled himself well considering he was using his Zenkai hacks to his advantage. Once the rift reacted to his change of time, Black was kicked into this rift by Goku, but he still destroyed the time machine. Bulma then attempts and succeeds in finding an old time machine way back from Cell Saga. They repair it and they get ready to rumble. With the recap out of the way, let's continue the what if. Trunks, Gohan, and Vegeta all travel to the future timeline and see a whole lot of happiness on Earth. They decide to help the remaining humans by giving them a whole lot of food. So Vegeta clears some space and opens a capsule containing a table full of food. The survivors grab a bite to eat, and once our trio sees the survivors satisfied, they go on with the plan. Knowing Black will come running like Acnologia when the new Saiyan walks up to his porch, they proceed to signal their rebellion. Once they fired their blast, Black indeed came with a spectacular entrance. "I see you indeed managed to come back. You always do. Time to put you to an end for good. I saw what you did to those poor people, and I don't think even Zeno himself will ever forgive you." "Oh, shut up. Like you mortals know how Zeno feels. You have no clue how impure this world is with mortals around. When I do my deed, I will restore this world to its original glory." "Spare me your nonsense, will you? Like you have any clue what real threats are in the universe, and you're over here talking about your own selfish justice. Look at yourself. You say we should perish, but you're immortal too. Use your head. This body was a necessary sacrifice." With Vegeta slightly weirded out, he steps up to initiate a fight, and so they begin to fight. Vegeta uses his Super Saiyan Blue right from the start and does quite a bit of damage to Black. However, Black goes and shows Vegeta something he will soon regret triggering, which is of course Super Saiyan Rosé, and he starts pummeling Vegeta. However, Vegeta has something of his own, the Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. They go at it again, and Vegeta almost dominates again, but just shy of a little more power, and so he gets thrown to the ground. Gohan then goes to intervene and do some damage, so he goes Mystic from the start and overpowers Black just with Mystic. Black is really trying to get a hold of Gohan, or to at least trick him, but he's literally nothing. So he starts his Zenkai hacks and slowly starts catching up. Seeing he's using his Zenkai to his advantage, he tries to get rid of Black of this world, but is unsuccessful as Black caught up and has already surpassed Gohan by a bit. Gohan almost goes nuts, but doesn't because he knows if he uses a few techniques of his own, he can get a higher advantage without raising Black's Zenkai even more. So he switches up his guard and tries to trick Black, which actually succeeds, and he gets a critical blow to Black's spine, which makes him drop down like a fly. However, Zamasu arrives and sees the two Saiyans and his ally on the ground with a broken back. Zamasu vows he will avenge his counterpart, confusing Gohan. With that, Gohan's and Zamasu's fight begins, with Gohan being a whole lot more powerful than the Supreme Kai. However, he notices he never takes damage, so he punches through him, which actually does succeed, but not for long as Zamasu regenerates and gives him a smirk. Meanwhile, Vegeta gets up and goes for the final kill as he launches a Big Bang attack at Black, killing him for good. Zamasu notices that and gets enraged and goes and recklessly attacks Gohan, but to no avail. Gohan tries to defeat the god but can't because of the immortality. Zamasu then gets a grand idea as he starts powering up, surprising Gohan and, well, pretty much everyone else there. Gohan knows this will lead to nowhere, so he tells Vegeta they gotta retreat, with great displeasure from Vegeta. But Vegeta actually agrees with his thinking and they let Trunks take care of distracting Zamasu. They return back to plot their plan B. Vegeta asks of everyone to leave him alone and Gohan settles at the table to plot the new plan. Goku decides he'd like to participate, however Gohan tells him not to as he can only get in the way. But looking down, he asks of one more thing from his father, and these are the clothes, saying he has no spares at home and he's not wearing any at the moment, so Goku lets him borrow his gi. Once that was out of the way, Gohan explains how they killed Black, but there was a Supreme Kai by the name of Zamasu tearing it all apart again after Black. He also mentions the counterpart thing and he comes up with a theory that either he turned his future self evil or he switched bodies. They then go investigate in Universe 10. Gohan, Whis, Beerus, and Shin get there and see Zamasu and Gowasu. Beerus asks of the time rings and pretty much everything goes as in canon. Beerus says how he sensed an evil aura coming out of him, so they keep an eye on him. They return back and start revising the plan. However, Goku then mentions how Master Roshi knows of a technique that can steal anyone or anything if properly done. So Gohan then comes up with a plan to try and learn the technique. Piccolo intervenes, saying he knows the technique, and so Gohan asks Piccolo to train him for it. Piccolo then goes and teaches him the technique, and once Gohan does a couple successful tries in a row, Piccolo considers him, well, ready to go. Around that time, Vegeta comes out of the chamber, ready to take on Zamasu. Beerus and Whis then go to investigate on their own this time, while the Saiyans take on Zamasu in the future. Vegeta and Gohan get back to the future timeline and Zamasu is patiently waiting there, having destroyed even more stuff than how it was the last time. Gohan takes out the jar, and he does the technique. With that, Zamasu is supposed to be trapped, right? No, not so fast. They forgot to seal, so they failed on that part. Gohan then goes blue and also stacks it with Mystic and punches Zamasu hard enough to confuse him for a second. Gohan then powered up a massive Kamehameha and fired it at Zamasu with all he's got. After the dust settles and the smoke clears, Zamasu is nowhere to be seen. Gohan thinks that he finally defeated the quote-unquote immortal god. However, it wasn't the end as Zamasu surrounded the earth and started haunting it. Gohan went to attack it along with Vegeta and Trunks, but they all got knocked back to the ground. Gohan then dropped something, a button to be precise. Is that what I think it is? That's the Zeno button Kakarot uses! Well, let's see what he can do then. Gohan pushes the button and Zeno appears. Gohan asks of Zeno to destroy the Zamasu that engulfed the earth, and so he does. Gohan yells for everyone to get in the machine and everyone who is left there does so. They manage to pull it off with a few seconds to spare. With Trunks and Mai still there, they have to get to another timeline, and Whis recommends going to a similar timeline where Gohan Black didn't destroy everything. And they do. Beerus and Whis also get back after gathering the evidence against Zamasu and in the meantime Hakaiing him. And with that, we're leaving things be for now. Thank you for watching. If you think Zamasu is gay, then click dislike. But if you liked the video, hit that like button. If you'd like me to cover your idea in the near future, comment down below. And as always, peace out.